Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Behind the Gear. I'm Tai, one of your co-hosts today, and to my right, this is Tony.
Yep.
We're excited for this episode. We have one New Zealand Blackcap who's going to be joining us today, Adi.
Okay.
Thanks for Adi, welcome, bro, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Sweet. Yeah, welcome, Adi.
Thanks, boys.
Just first of all, tell us about yourself, kind of like your origin, cricket, how that's all worked out for you growing up.
Yeah. No, first of all, obviously, thanks for having me on. Pretty excited. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you know, I guess simplest way to say it is I'm really happy with what I'm doing. Like, I'm definitely living my dream, which is really cool. But yeah, a little bit about myself. You know, I'm 22 and, you know, obviously representing the Blackcaps and playing for Auckland, which is something that I'm really proud of and stuff. But, you know, my family moved over to New Zealand when I was probably about 5.
Okay.
And mum and dad, you know, got opportunities to work here in the hospital and have kind of never really looked back. And we've called Auckland home since, and, you know, been really fortunate to play for some age group sides, the under-17s, the under-19s, and, you know, was really lucky to get into mags and stuff as well, where I was really happy with, you know, the way that I was kind of nurtured into the player I am in a way, and kind of having a lot of support crew along the way, and then played for Suburbs New Lynn as well on my way in the Premier Men's stuff, and kind of like here I am, I guess, in a short kind of roundabout way.
That's awesome, man. So growing up, cricket, was that like the only sport you were playing growing up, or surely you must have been like playing other sports? I hear that you also played hockey as well.
Yeah,
at a high level.
I wouldn't say high level, but no, I love sport and stuff, and but probably in my household as well, it was always cricket. Like my old man is pretty big on cricket, and I feel like you know, and it's all good, but it's like vicariously probably lives a lot of his dream through me. He's he's a big kind of nuffy for cricket and stuff, and really gave me that, you know, that fire and that passion for it early doors. So. But no, like obviously played a little bit of hockey through high school, really enjoyed it, and you know, still if I get an opportunity to play and stuff like that, I'll really try and take it up, whether it's an old boys game at Mags or something. Awesome, but it's probably like, it's probably always been cricket, but sprinkled some hockey in there as well growing up.
Just following on that, obviously very still early into your career. Is there something that either a coach, an opposing player, teammate, family or friend that has kind of stuck with you and helped you maybe in the bad times, or someone that has said something that kind of wasn't the most positive thing, but it just really drove you to be where you are now?
That's a good question. I think it's tough to like maybe pinpoint one thing or something like that, but I feel like if you were to kind of you know, put it into like an overarching theme, I'd probably say it's just more around like, you know, like kind of doing it your own way in a way, but also obviously having, you know, your support crew, the people that you trust around you, and, you know, if there are things that you learn and things that you're confused about, always bring them back to the people that you trust, and you know, the people that know your game the best and things like that. And I've been very fortunate with my kind of network. I've been really fortunate with that. I'd say that that's probably one of the consistent themes, but other than that, it's probably also a little bit of like, you know, don't kind of be afraid to love it a little bit too much as well. Like, you know, if there's a little bit of that healthy obsession with something, if you want to try and be really good at it, I think it can actually fuel you towards the stuff that you want. And, you know, everyone talks about dreaming big and stuff, but I think it's also good to like really try and go after it, like 100%. And go after it in your own way, and try and make it happen in your own way as well, you know what I mean?
Back to your Blackcaps early career. Firstly, congratulations on that. That's huge, representing your country. Was there a sense of, say, relief that you had on yourself? Because obviously, as an athlete, you put so much pressure on yourself. When you finally got that dream, and I know you still have more dreams to still represent New Zealand in all 3 formats, do you get a sense of relief from making that first cap? Sorry.
I think it's strange to call it relief, but I think it's like you just feel like it's almost like you feel as if like another door's opened in a way, and you're like, it's almost as if a breath of fresh air. Like I feel like very kind of like a small line between the relief feeling that you're saying, but also like that feeling of like, oh my God, like this is like, you know, a new opportunity, a new world that you're entering, and it's kind of like the possibilities are endless in terms of opportunity for growth. And I think that's something that I really like and I really admire and kind of really want more of, is in that international space and playing with those guys that are so, you know, professional and just so like well equipped and so successful, is like just the opportunity, the opportunity to grow, learn, get better from those guys, and they just like do it at a different level, and you kind of just touch and feel and like compete against what it looks like to be kind of like great in your field, and you're like, wow, man, that's like really cool stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that really like gets me going and really want to
get you excited. And you are a spin bowler. I do see that from all the spin bowlers, everyone has their different little quirks and little techniques. Although the bowling is the same, how did you find your own technique, or your own like say persona in that space?
Yeah, I think it's definitely, I agree with you. Like it's everyone, obviously, you know, I fall into the category of wrist spin or leg spin, and you know, there'll be multiple people that bowl it, but I feel like everyone will have their own point of difference, and like, you know, whether it's a natural gifted ability that you have to do something one way, I think everyone has that in cricket or sport, or probably applies to everything else in life as well, as you probably have something that's like, you know, that's your point of difference and something that you bring to the table that kind of, you know, sets you apart in a way. And I think, you know, part of that is like, I like the fact that I'm probably a little bit unorthodox with the way I run in, and, you know, I feel like I get, you know, one of the things that I always fall back on is my overspin on the ball, and feeling like that's a big strength for me. I've always been told by, you know, my support network and the people that I trust that, you know, from a bowling perspective, like bounce can get good players out, do you know what I mean? And you can't really always rely on the wicket to be turning and stuff, but if you can create something in the air or off the surface with bounce, then you're not always reliant on sideways movement. So that's a little bit nuffy, but I think, you know, it's definitely something that everyone has their own little point of difference, which I think is really cool.
You spoke about a little unorthodox run up. Would you say that helps you against batters who say would be more used to this, or like you're more used to the normal stuff?
I mean, again, I think like maybe, I don't really know. Like I don't face myself, so I wouldn't really be able to tell you, but I think it's also like, it's something I just stumbled upon. Like I've never tried to run in a certain way or hold my hands in a certain way or whatever. It's just like, kind of just stumbled across it and felt all good, and was like, right, we'll just run with this, and haven't really changed since.
Was there any bowlers you kind of idolized and looked up to and try to say carve your game around?
Yeah, I think, well, for leg spinners, I think it's hard to go past someone like Shane Warne. I think he obviously revolutionised the game and, you know, changed what it meant to be like a spin bowler as well, and probably an era where, you know, there wasn't a hell of a lot of, it was probably more so the fact that he made it cool. Like it was kind of like a cool thing to do, you know what I mean? And he kind of, you have dudes that hit big sixes and big bombs and stuff like that, and then you got guys that run in and try to take people's heads off, and he kind of walked around doing this like thing that wasn't so cool, but he made it cool. So I think someone like that, his larger than life character was amazing.
His personality.
And then like I think, you know, any other leggies really, like I'm sitting there and going, you know, like there's not many that have done it really really successfully, especially and more so probably talking about Test cricket. So I think it's really amazing to see someone like Shane Warne. Anil Kumble is another one, so those two that I think are like phenomenal leg spinners, which is cool.
And you've recently signed with GM. Yes, how was that? Congratulations on that as well. Having a brand deal was amazing. How was that, and how did you come to that decision?
Really, really excited. It's just they, you know, having a few chats with them and with the people at GM, and like it really seemed like I'm pretty big on kind of the values that both people kind of share, and I felt like we were in the same kind of boat around what we value, where they want to take their company, and the trajectory at which I'm kind of looking to go, and it kind of just felt like a really good fit for us, and I was really happy to obviously sign with them, and I'm really excited to be using their stuff. I think there's some like pretty cool players that are using their gun and more stuff, and you know, I was actually thinking about it the other day as well, and one of the first things that my old man bought me when I was in New Zealand, when like naturally I was always going to play cricket of some sort, was actually a bat, and it was like a GM bat, far too big for me.
Yeah.
But it was I thought back to it, thinking about GM and all the kit that I'm going to get and what colour I'm going to be using and stuff like that. And I thought back to it and I was like, oh, like it's actually really familiar for some reason. And I was like, oh, it's actually, you know, so I thought like a part of that as well as like a little bit like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yep. Nice.
Being a spin bowler, just going back to that, we have like here at Player Sports we do like shop cricket. So like after we close, we play a bit of shop cricket, and I'm kind of known to be like a spin bowler there. I don't really play cricket much, but you'll have to see my form, and I'd like to take your insights on that. But yeah, just thought I'd...
You just take the boys down, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I take Ron at Akil, everyone down over here. But you made the Blackcaps, and then you were sidelined from a serious back injury. Yeah, and then there was like a lot of talk going around about like your hopes for playing for the Blackcaps again happening. Like how did you overcome kind of that like one season stump of not playing, rehabilitating, and then coming back, and then here we are again making the Blackcaps again? Like just walk us through that, like that whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, pretty like you know, being pretty honest, it was pretty scary. Like I think I definitely was so naive going through it about like what it actually was as well. Like I obviously, it's, you know, things like back issues and stuff are very common in cricket, but more so for fast bowlers, and stress fractures are really common in fast bowlers, and it's kind of like very little reported in spin bowlers, but to the extent of mine where like, you know, like struggling to get out of bed and struggling to get into cars and, you know, then still having to somehow like painkiller up and then go and play and kind of like, you know, and then be like, geez, like, oh, I'm so cooked here. Like, and it's like, you're also like, oh, you can't really be like, we're in April or March, just kind of kick on to the end of the summer. It's like December and you're like, I've got 4 or 5 months left. So, but no, it was pretty scary considering, you know, for a period, my scans came back and they didn't a hell of a lot know what was going on. Got bounced around to some other people, and I was like, well, surely it can't be, you know, like it's clearly not straightforward. And went down to see a surgeon in Christchurch, and you know, I was really grateful looking back now for the help of New Zealand Cricket. They supported me so well through it all, and I had, you know, arguably the best person in the world doing my surgery and stuff like that. So again, to have, you know, pins put in your back as a spin bowler seems pretty rare as well. But no, I think a part of it is just set really little goals in a way. Like in terms of as soon as I got out of surgery, it was like, right, well, okay, I'm done now. Okay, I'm going to start walking. Like, how can I get out of bed as fast as I can, and all that stuff. And how can I then, you know, my first week I wasn't able to have enough mobility to put my socks on, and I was like, right, that's my next goal is going to be, I'm going to get my socks and shoes on, and I'm going to do it without anyone's help. You know, like so. Little goals like that, and you know, kind of felt like, you know, the 12 to 15 month rehab process.
That's crazy.
You broke it down into week by week blocks, and you know, at some point it became like every week there was something new that I was able to do again, which was really freeing, because I think as much as obviously at the start it was, right, how am I going to play cricket again and all that stuff, it was also like the quality of life, like to be able to go for a run, to be able to you know, like not think twice when I'm coaching and a ball gets hit to me and I'm like trying to pick it up, like I can't throw it in because I'm worried about my back, or you know. So I think that stuff was important as well. But I was really fortunate to also have a really good med team, like obviously the surgeon, but also in Auckland I had our Auckland SNC Angard Marawa. He's you know, I definitely, you know, credit a lot of you know, the composition process of my body afterwards to him, and then, you know, our physios and stuff like that were excellent too. So just kind of thinking about the next few steps as opposed to looking at it like, I can't walk, man, but how am I going to get back to the top of this thing, like where I was before? It's like really daunting. But if I set smaller goals and felt like every single time that I was going into the gym or training or whatever, like if I had just something I could get better at today, or just 1%, it was like, you know, that was kind of how I kind of tried to go about it. And I don't feel like it really needs to change now even, like, you know, you're still 100%. trying to do cool stuff and trying to, you know, play in cool comps and World Cups and stuff, but you probably still need to be like, well, after this I'm going to go to training, like if I don't try and get better there, then I can't do any of the other stuff. Do you know what I mean?
from that experience, like surely that must have affected the way that you're kind of looking after your body now compared to before. That incident. But yeah, definitely we're just glad that you're 100% again, and that you got the call back up to play for the Blackcaps. So yeah, man, that's all on you and your support network. So you did the right thing there.
Yeah. How was it, like, obviously came back from injury 100% now, but how was it like trying to build up that confidence again? Like you get told by your amazing Auckland physios, amazing doctors, amazing medical team that you are 100%, but then it's also you're trying to tell the brain that I'm 100%, I'm confident. How do you build that into training again?
I think I think a lot of it is probably probably comes back to, as much as like an indirect way of answering your question, I think it comes back to like my girlfriend was big, and during that period, like really supporting. They were doing long distances in the UK as well, so that was niggly. Having support from people like my girlfriend to be like, no, like you're going to be all good. Like you're doing all the right things. For the people that are closest to you to see the amount of effort that you're putting in, to then go like, well, it needs to translate to something. Like you're actually okay because you've actually put in everything you possibly could. And my parents are big on it as well, and my dad was, obviously really keen for me to play cricket again and obviously, do really cool stuff again. So like it was real nice to obviously connect with the people that are really close to me, my parents, my girlfriend, to go, hey, look, like you're actually going to be okay. Like just have a little bit of faith in yourself. And I think, again, even with the support, it was still hard because like they can convince you, but you need to convince yourself. And I feel like at some point, you hear it all the time with rehabs and people that go through things and everything. It's like you kind of have that like, screw it kind of moment where it's like you're a little bit like, oh, like trying to be careful and all this, but then like there's a guy at the other end that's like trying to take you down. He doesn't really care that you've come through all this. Like he's sitting there going, well, I'm playing for Auckland, you're playing for someone else. Like we're trying to take you down. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. And at some point I felt like I just went, nah man, like screw it. Like if if I get hurt, I'll get hurt again, and I've come back, so I'll be fine. But I won't really be able to like kind of be okay if I am like a little bit half-assed about it. I was like, well, if I'm going to be okay, I'll be okay, and if I'm not, then I'll just do better than what I did last time. Like I have it in me to come back and all that. So probably understanding that gave me that ability to go, it's all good. Let's crack on now. Do you know what I mean? And I think I can't pinpoint exactly when or whatever, but it happened, and I'm really grateful for the fact that I got the chance to wrestle with myself mentally and just go, right, let's come on, trust yourself, let's do it.
Do you have any like superstitions, or like before game day, do you like eat only 2 Weet-Bix with a quarter cup of milk, or
chicken nuggets like Usain Bolt?
Chicken nuggets like Usain Bolt? Like, would you have any like?
I wouldn't say like massively. There is one. I wouldn't even say it's really like a superstition. Like I guess like, it's probably more like routine and like habits. Like so, trying to do X amount of I do like the same kind of warm up and stuff like that. So I don't feel like, but I think it's more like it might be blended into two. Like it's routine, but it also doesn't feel right if I don't do it. So it probably is a bit of both. Where I'm like, if I don't
drink my coffee,
if
I don't have my black,
But I think one thing I do though is again blended with routine. But I like to write before on the morning of the game and stuff, just about how I want to be and more stuff around like my behaviour and mindset and stuff like that for the game. But I'll always and it's always one song like length, so it's probably 4 minutes or whatever. It's always a Travis Scott song, and it's and I'll always make sure that it finishes to the very end. And I can't hear the next one, or else I have to listen to the next one. You know what I mean? So, So I think that's the superstitious part of the routine. I think so, something like that.
Do you ever go to Travis Scott song then on game day, or?
Oh, I can. It's all good. I just have to like finish it. So if it's 4 minutes, then and I'm done writing, then I got to sit there and listen to it for the next 4 minutes again.
I understand
or
that.
I can't.
So. Did you go to that Travis Scott concert?
Bro, I actually had tickets. And then we, since it was at Eden Park, we got kicked out of Eden Park because we were in season. So we had to play in the Mount.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I still had tickets, and we were all going to drive down after the game. But like, I think maybe like 3 or 4 weeks before, the game got shifted to the day of. And I was just
No way.
like just, honestly, is that my favorite artist?
I know, your guy that you listen to
I've never been to a concert before in my life, and I was like, this is perfect. My first
if there was
concert.
ever one that
Travis
was gonna...
Scott, unreal. All my mates going, all my
Yeah.
schoolmates sending me Snapchats and stuff. I'm just like, oh, just like,
Surely that's when you just tell coach, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it,
it's
coach.
Did you guys at least perform well?
yeah, we
on that?
won.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
won early as well. So I was like, kind of like in that space. I was like, oh, should I
Let me
drive?
go,
Should
let
I
me
not?
Yeah.
Probably look pretty dusty. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I probably won't drive.
Dang,
So,
man.
yeah.
Back to cricket talk. Say if you're bowling and you're having kind of a pour over, this is mainly for our young bowlers out there who will watch this. How do you kind of refocus and get back on your process for the next over?
I think, I think it's just that understanding of clarity on what you want to do.
Yeah.
So even if you get it wrong, it's all good. Like it's, it might seem like the end of the world, you're getting hit for a few or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's all good because as soon as you it's the understanding of, as soon as you let go of the ball, there's literally nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So there's no real point in worrying so much about what happens after you let go of the ball. Kind of control what you can before.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like being calm, taking a deep breath before you bowl the ball, or sitting at the top of your mark and being like, right, I want to bowl this ball this full, I want him to play this shot, and I'm going to try and get him to hit me through here. And if he doesn't, then it's fine. Or if he plays it differently, whatever. But you can judge yourself more on like your execution and be like, I actually bowled the ball I wanted to. He could have swept the ball, he could have reverse swept. It's fine, but you can live with the fact that you've bowled the ball that you want to. And then you can reflect on how you executed. So then that comes back to training stuff, right? Like, oh, I've just missed way too full today. And then you go back to training and you put a cone down or whatever and you go, right, I'm going to try and hit it because I felt like I was bowling too full. So then you can actually like train adequately to what you're doing as opposed to like, one day you can like, people that play cricket know that, you can bowl a pile of rubbish and get heaps of poles.
Yeah.
But then you can also bowl the best ball ever and it comes out of your hand mean and then you're like watching it like,
Six.
go
Sail.
yeah.
Sail for a
So that's like, the beauty and that is just the beauty of cricket, right? Is that you can bowl a mean ball and get absolutely pumped.
Yeah.
But you can also bowl like a horrible ball and get a wicket. So it's kind of like, well, if you know that could happen, then what's the point of judging it just on what happened? Probably more so like, well, how did you go about it yourself? So being a little bit calm, being a little bit clear on what you want to do, and then try and execute that and judge yourself on whether it like happened irrespective of whether it got hit for 4 or you got a wicket or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can probably then stay a little bit more mellow, stay a little bit more calm through it all, as opposed to being like, oh, I bowled a mean ball, sweet, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
And then like you bowl like a drag down or something, especially bowling leg spin, it's not necessarily easy. Then you bowl a drag down, you get pumped and you're like, oh, this is like not my day anymore.
Highs
whatever,
and
you know,
lows,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
With the bowling again, so not trying to give too much of your little secrets away and your competitive edge, but like how many variations do you bowl and is it very hard to learn a new variation?
So obviously like leg spin,
Yep.
wrong in, you got your top spinner and
Yep.
stuff. You can hold the ball cross seam, which makes it behave a little bit differently. And then I've got like this new ball that I'm trying to like work on at the moment, which is pretty much ready to go, but something that's going to come out maybe 5-10 k's faster. Could swing in the air if I get it right. But if not, then it'll carry on and hopefully just arrive at the batter faster than it should.
Yep.
So, that's probably something that I'm working on at the moment, which I'm quite excited for. But yeah, I mean, variations just, and if you have an understanding of, it's probably more being aware, right? Like, being aware of what is the smallest difference in the world between here and there.
Yep.
Like that actually changes what the delivery is. So it's that being able to be aware of your body in that kind of space and going, right, okay, this is what it feels like. And then once you get that, then it becomes easier to manipulate variations. But until you kind of have understanding of that, then I feel like then it's a little bit tough.
Yeah. And then it'll just be reps on reps.
Yeah, then it's just reps and it's, hitting targets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I was going to say, during my limited time as a spin bowler here at Player Sports.
Just after work, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to get my reps in. I'm going to have to go from here to like that.
Straight up.
Yo.
Yeah.
No, we're grateful. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
very
we're grateful that you were able to
Mm.
show up and just like give us this opportunity to
No
to sit
stress.
with you and
No.
get your like experiences and man, obviously you have a wealth of knowledge for being such a young guy. Like
100%.
you're still only
thank
like
you.
22, 23.
Yeah, 22.
Are you calling
That's
me young
crazy.
as well?
Eh?
Calling
No.
me? Am I not young?
How old are you? 25?
I'm the same age, mate.
You look like you're 25.
What a decade.
But yeah, it just shows like you had so many experiences, like represented so many representative teams. You've done so much, just your young life, and we're just thankful that you're able to pull through.
Thank you for watching another episode of Behind the Gear. I was Tony, this is Tai, and our favorite guest so far, Adi. Please like, subscribe, and share on any platform, and please let us know which athlete or who you would like to see on next.